Alright, people. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. And holy, I have gotten some new subscribers. I guess it was from the Valorant video. Uh, so about that Valorant video. I probably won't be doing too much more of those. Mostly because it's for me and for any of my teammates who needed a refresher on things. Oh god. I might actually need to make a Brimstone video for that same site, and some other, maybe some Sova lineups or whatever for some other sites, because I'm like controller initiator player. But yeah, so yeah, there may be some more Valorant videos. I don't know. It depends. All right, it depends. But for the most part, updates. Thank you to the new subscribers. Uh, I am extremely excited for the First Descendants coming out. Should be coming out soon. They said summer of 2024, right? And so, might be next month. I hope it's not in August, because that's not the summer. Should be next month. So, yeah. Also, the soul leveling game came out. I am excited for that. Even though it's definitely a cash grab. But, whatever, right? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it might be good. Kind of, from what I've seen of it, it kind of plays like Genshin Impact. And it kind of has the Genshin Impact kind of art style. But that's kind of what you get when you try to make an anime or a, I don't know, a comic art style into a game, right? Same thing goes for like Marvel Rivals. The Overwatch copycat that just kind of looks trashy. Like a soulless version of Overwatch, even though Overwatch is already pretty soulless already at this point. But yeah, so yeah, that's going on. I might play the soul leveling game free to play. I don't know if I'll make content about that. I don't know. I might just like do some polls, do some updates here and there. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so I'm sure you've seen what's been going on this other monitor. That's what we're talking about today. And I'm sure that's what you've clicked on or maybe skipped through to see. So yeah, let's talk about this. I'm sure everybody's seen the reactions. Holy moly. I'm definitely not late to the party, because at first I wasn't going to make a video, and then I saw like so much crap going on, and I was like, oh man. Might as well put a video out, because I need to do something for my channel anyways. Keep it afloat a little bit longer. So yeah, let's talk about this. First off, watching it, I thought the choreo was cool. You know, very movie-esque. Especially this scene right here. You know, Yasuke coming out, just sledging these guys with the Oni Club. Super awesome, right? And then, of course, you know, I saw this guy and I was like, okay, so our main character is Naoe, right? I think that's how you pronounce her name. She's a part of the Iga clan. I'm not the personally biggest fan of the Iga clan. I am more of a, Ninja Gaiden, right? Or, Mortal Kombat with Haratori Hanzo or Hayabusa type of stuff, right? So that's kind of what I was looking a bit more forward to. As far as I know, the Iga clan usually has always been the enemy in most games, from what I remember, because you're always playing as, Hanzo or whatever, right? And so I was like, okay, cool. We are playing a different ninja clan that not a lot of people really know about, for the most part. And, this might be cool. Female character, not the biggest problem. Hopefully they write her as good as, maybe Bayonetta, or maybe, what's that one game? What's that one game I'm thinking of? Lara Croft, right? So hopefully they write her like that, make her do things that are similar to those type of things. But of course, it is Ubisoft. And in the climate that we're in, where writers or whatever are injecting their social political ideals into games, into entertainment, where most of us normal people, um, just don't give a shit, right? To put it bluntly, we don't care. Fuck off, right? That's the easiest way to say it. We don't care about what you think. Fuck off. We're trying to play our game. We're trying to immerse ourselves into this world, into this game, into this story. But you keep on throwing real life shit at us. Stop, right? And so we'll see how this character plays out. From what I can tell, she 1v3 guys, like right here. And for me, that's like, it's not the biggest no-no, but is it realistic? No, not really. Because you get stabbed in the shoulder, you know, you're high on adrenaline, a dude's going to like push it through and then grab you by the neck, dude. Like, what you expect was going to happen? Kunoichi is supposed to be sexy and seductive and assassinating, right? Kind of like his Shogun. You know, Shogun is great, by the way. Almost a 10 out of 10, right? There's some things that have been like kind of dragged a little long, but it was still pretty good. But yeah, you know, like that one scene where that chick assassinated a couple of these dudes, right, and trying to kill our main boy. Well, not Connor VA. He kind of sounds like him though. But yeah, that guy. Forgot his name. The Portuguese guy. So, you know, I kind of am expecting things along those lines, right? So, enough about Naoe. Let's talk about the meat and potatoes, Yasuke. So, Yasuke, holy moly, dude. Holy. If you guys have seen the Wikipedia edit history, it is like some triple S grade mental illness. It is like the Redgate of mental illnesses. Like, people are stupid. Really stupid. Oh, and don't even, like, we'll talk about the microtransaction or the pricing of the game in a bit. But I think this whole Yasuke thing is, like, probably of the issues that might be appearing in the game, it's like number 4 or 5, right? And that's kind of being realistic, right? Because, again, it's Ubisoft. They are the best, other than Blizzard, at making shit games, right? For example, Skull and Bones. What are those shit battles? Right? Non-existent. The whole entire game, from what I've seen, I haven't played it myself because I'm not spending money on that. Looked like trash, right? It wasn't no Assassin's Creed Black Flag with the little experience I had in that, because I played like, let me see, like 1 or 2 ship fights, some assassinations, right? Really cool, right? Super awesome ship fights. Skull and Bones, nothing. So like, gameplay wise, I think those are a bit more bigger issues, maybe some bugs in the game, microtransactions, right? Those will be bigger issues than Yasuke. But talk about Yasuke, right? For people who may not know, and this is from what I've read, so take this with a grain of salt, right? As far as I know, this is a TLDR. Black dude or African man gets sold off by Europeans or African warlords, right? One of those two things. And then gets on a ship breaks down, he washes ashore on to Japan. Japanese dudes find him, Oda Nobunaga or whatever finds him. They think he's a Japanese dude who's like tarred from something, and no, he's just black. And so Oda Nobunaga's like, hey, let's do this circus type of deal and let's show him off. Let him be my retainer and like hold my swords or something. So as far as I know, he is kind of insignificant. He's kind of just like something that happened and is not super important in history for Japan. And as far as I know, from Japanese people that I know, they don't teach that in their schools, and they don't even reference him. It's something that you learn on your own. So, yeah, as far as I know, they are definitely taking a lot of creative liberties especially with all the people on Wikipedia. Like, oh my god, it is a war zone over there. But yeah, Neo kind of did this too, but again, Neo is a entirely different game, very fantastical and mystical. So yeah, why would your retainer not have a giant axe? Just saying. You know, if you had a giant Yamato no Orochi, right, trying to fight you, why wouldn't your retainer have a giant axe? Just saying. So yeah, that type of stuff. But yeah, so is Yasuke like super woke? You know, that term in this game. Kind of. I don't know, maybe. Are they kind of blackwashing or emphasizing things in other people's histories or culture that don't matter? Yeah. Are they kind of trying to replace an Asian man with a black man? It is kind of a thing, you know, the interracial type thing. Maybe they have Naoe and Yasuke like have a relationship in this game. Maybe, right? Interracial couples has always been things that have been being pushed nowadays as well, included with, you know, a bunch of other things that I don't want to get into. But yeah, so that's that. For the most part, the biggest issue is with the monetization of this. Again, I have always been a big no-no to $70 for a AAA game when we were just at 60. And it's been 60 for a real long time, and of course inflation and all that, but whatever, right? It shouldn't cost you an arm and a leg and 7 hours or more at, you know, minimum wage for a game. And so when you see the webpage at $130 for 3-day access that don't matter to people other than maybe content creators or reviewers of the game, right? It's stupid. And also, you're paying for a game that's $70 and does not have all the content. You have to pay for more content. And I find that to be very scummy and very consumer unfriendly, right? And then, of course, they have the audacity to do a subscription fee that's right next to the $130 deal to be like, hey, you know, don't look at the $70 price tag. Look at the $130 and then the $18 a month price tag. Now, I am sure that there are a lot of really dumb people. And when I say dumb, I mean like they eat Play-Doh at age 30 type dumb. And they've probably already bought the subscription and it's probably just waiting on the game. Or they bought a $130 version. I don't know. But as I always say, first trailer, no gameplay, no pre-order, never pre-order. Even if it's for a cosmetic, because cosmetics don't matter. And so, yeah. That is just about all I really wanted to say. I kind of said all the things I really wanted to say about Yasuke, you know. Again, it is what it is. It's not anything that I'm too surprised about, because with the whole, you know, Sweet Baby Inc. and all that stuff, it's whatever. And I think it's definitely something that we should be fighting back on, because, again, we don't want your ideologies. We want a good game with good gameplay and a good story, because we're trying to get away from reality, not be constantly brought back into it. So, yeah. That is that. And, you know, there's obviously a undeniable biology aspect about the whole, you know, Naoya versus like 4 dudes, or the 3 dudes in the trailer, right? But yeah, you probably definitely need to add a lot more skills to her to make it more realistic. Oh, something that just popped into my head. Another thing about Yasuke. So apparently, I read this just a bit ago. I don't know how I forgot it, but it was supposed to be a Japanese monk, from what I read. I don't know how true it is. I just read a headline. I might go back and read it later, but you know, if what the headline is, I can probably guess that it's probably a traveling monk, and traveling monks were a thing in Japan. Definitely something that I've seen in the game before, where you're an assassin or there's an assassin dressed as a traveling monk who's trying to assassinate you, and then in their staff that they carry around has like a short sword in it, right? So that would have been cool. It definitely would have made a lot more story sense if you're going to be traveling around certain areas in Japan, right? You're the traveling monk, and you're there to kind of help Naoe, who's also an assassin, right? When you guys are traveling around, makes a lot more sense than Yasuke, who's supposed to be a retainer or a squire to this lord Nobunaga, and he's supposed to stay by his side, right? So there, you can kind of think about the story and be like, oh yeah, there's a lot of inconsistencies, because this is a man who is not from Japan, doesn't know the language, and doesn't know his way around. So why is he doing all this? So yeah, I think those are just some more thoughts, but yeah, that's kind of all I really wanted to say, really. But yeah, so please subscribe. Please comment. Definitely won't read them, but you know, argue amongst yourselves. Have fun.